Hello and welcome to another Warcraft III audio commentary shoutcast thingabojob of things with words that don't make sense. Anyway, so this is ZOTAC number 262 semifinals with Inquisitive HawK spawning as the light blue human in the lower left versus DkH.Subsonic spawning as the red human up in the upper right of the map. This is Secret Valley, and well, it's not going to be any secret as to what strategies these guys are going to be playing. Both players going with the standard Archmage Footman opening, and we're going to see, of course, again, a fairly early mirror, fairly similar, and if I remember correctly, I do believe last game we saw that Inquisitive HawK would go ahead and have his two farms very close to each other, and of course Subsonic did the same thing right here, where he had them kind of on the separate sides. Now I think we're eventually going to see the same thing happen on both bases, more or less, but just interesting to see how they have different preferences there for where they start with their second farm. Does it actually make any real difference? No. But you never know. One day you may have to identify a human player without the nameplate. So you never know. You might be able to make an educated guess that way. It might not happen, and it might happen. Just think of the future, guys. You know, think of the future. HawK's Archmage coming out slightly earlier than Subsonic's, and he's going to go ahead and begin to creep this out. Does it really matter if your Archmage comes out at like a half a second earlier, 2 seconds earlier, something like that? Not a huge deal, so not going to matter too much, but we will see. At least not in this particular strategies. There are some strategies where it could matter. For example, harass strategies where you come in and if you come out 2 seconds late, then you're not going to get there in time to actually get a coil still off or something like that. But whatever. Anyway, we're going to see that Subsonic goes ahead and picks up a Ring of Protection +2, a nice item to have. And the Archmage from HawK can go ahead and pick up a Circlet of Nobility, which is actually better than the Ring of Protection, I would imagine. And I would say simply because it provides you HP, it provides you armor, and it provides you damage, and it provides you mana, and it provides you attack. It provides everything, like literally everything, because it's 2 of each stat, which is really powerful. It's one of the better budgeted items. It's a really nice item to have. So there you have it. There's that, and as you can see, looks like actually going to have the Archmage over here from Subsonic again, getting more HP than HawK. Of course, getting good with those Tome of Strengths. And as you can see, 15 strength as base on HawK, and 15 is base on What? Did I screw something up here? Oh, HawK hadn't hit level 2 yet. I was like, okay, wait, I'm so confused. Okay, so ignore everything I just said, because apparently HawK had not hit level 2. I thought he had. I'm not. You know what? I don't know. Maybe I'm just blind. I don't even know what happened. Whatever. I'm not gonna worry about it. Let's not worry about it. Pretend I didn't say anything. So they're gonna have HawK coming in here trying to do some damage to this farm. As you can see, there are gonna be 3 scout towers built by Subsonic, and he has one already upgraded into an arcane tower, trying to pick off that peasant. The peasant's gonna get away at 11 HP, 10 HP or so. One is, however, gonna go down, and we do see that Subsonic has begun his tech here. So if he loses another peasant, that could be really devastating to his wood later on in the game, and he doesn't want to deal with that. But down here we can see that Subsonic's army really just sitting pretty at this fountain of healing. I'm not sure why he's attacking that red dragon. Maybe he was too busy microing his peasants, because that could very well be the case. And as you can see, he's got a lot of peasant micro going on up here because he's trying to keep this farm alive. However, this farm is going to go down now, unfortunately for Subsonic. But he is only going to lose, I believe, 2 peasants right there. Perhaps a third one actually might go down right here. Let's see. Is it going to go down? Oh, down it goes. So there's a third peasant down. We do see HawK running away his footmen. However, their footmen are on the chase by Subsonic's very bloodthirsty footmen as well. You can see another one of these HawK's footmen actually going to get away with only 14 life. Is he actually going to run down towards this army? I would hope not. Hopefully he'll run down towards this healing fountain, but it looks like that's actually not going to happen. Over here we can see Subsonic going to go ahead and get right into here, getting right back into this chase. As we can see, kind of need some, what's it called, some Benny Hill music playing right now. Kind of, their units are just all running all around the map, just being all silly like. But I can't actually play Benny Hill music. There's copyright issues. So otherwise, I totally would. That would be awesome. But yeah, it looks like Inquisitive HawK loses a footman, and he's probably going to lose this one as well. Yeah, down it goes, unfortunately, for Inquisitive HawK. HawK's opening pretty strong, however, if he loses another footman, just really one more experience, it looks like 2 more experience to get level 3 for Subsonic's Archmage, whereas HawK. Man, okay. Whereas for HawK, he is at 443 out of 500, which means he's about 60-ish away. 57, I believe, to be exact. So it looks quite a bit like Subsonic going to go ahead and hit level 2, getting another Ring of Protection +2 as another item drop, so that brings him up to 8 armor. 8 armor is a lot of armor, but here we do see HawK going ahead and picking up the Panda, coming in here now with the Panda as his second hero choice. Very interesting. Maybe he's trying to go ahead and win the game on tier 2. We do see there are 4 Arcane Towers up for HawK, and you just have 2 Arcane Sanctums going down right now, and this is a lot of towers, but of course if you're expecting a lot of harass, then this is what you're going to expect to see, and this is what you're going to get. Lots of arcane towers. We're going to see one of those scat towers going down. Will we see some more of these peasants dying? That's the real question. That Panda trying to stay out of the range of these guys, the towers just long enough to get that second breath of fire off. And here we do see now 2 of those towers going down. Subsonic losing a lot of valuable mining time trying to deal with this. Having almost all of his peasants except for 1 really in that fight, and it looks like HawK now going to run away. Subsonic doing a nice job fending that off. Really only lost, I believe, a peasant and a tower, and I'm not even sure. And it looks like he might have even got a footman from HawK right there. I'm not 100% sure, but he has also got the experience advantage at this point. He is halfway through level 3 on that Archmage, and it looks like HawK, just barely into level 3 and barely into level 1 on that Panda as well. Are we going to see this footman die? It could die. Very close to death right now. It's at 1523 HP, and it's going to go. It goes down nicely, sniped by Subsonic, and over here we're going to see a Mountain King being taken out second as his second choice, and we do have 2 of those Arcane Sanctums up. So of course, for HawK, he already has his Arcane Sanctums up. It looks like that shop is going up as well. This is a really bad position right here for HawK. Actually, he's going to go ahead and lose that footman. You might lose this one as well. It has been ensnared by the creep, so it's very likely to go down. Looks like maybe it'll get away, but it's going to take a lot of damage if it does get away, and I'm going to be chased by the remainder of those bloodthirsty footmen from Subsonic. I mean, he's red, so that's essentially what all red footmen are. They're very bloodthirsty. But we got this Mountain King actually going to go ahead and bolt this footman as well, and this footman is probably going to go down as well. It's going to be chased by this Archmage, which means it's probably going to die. But the Mountain King is the one who got the last hit. Of course, the Mountain King have boots of speed, so he had no problem actually killing it. So HawK really just feeding a lot of these footmen straight over to Subsonic for some reason, and maybe just mismanaging his things, getting caught into bad positions or something. Either way, we're going to see that HawK is going to go ahead and try to pull out this shop and creep it. Looks like HawK just going for these kills on, maybe perhaps he bolts up Priest, is going to try to kill the Priest, trying to kill the Priest. Might not be able to do those, so does have another Priest dedicated to healing it. It looks like it actually might be able to live, and yes, it does not live because it gets bolted, so there goes that. I thought it would live, but we do see some nice Panda blocking that Mountain King, but not enough to get to kill him, because of course he's just going to run away. He's got boots of speed, which means he is a flying guy. And over here we do see the rest of these footmen being used effectively to go ahead and drop down 2 nice items, one nice item, a Purebe of Vitality, and a Cloak of Shadows. This is going to sell for 50 gold, and you'll probably keep the Purebe of Vitality because, having 775 life on your Archmage is pretty nice. It's the same amount, as you can see, a level 3 Archmage with, I believe he got at least 1, no, he didn't get any Strength Domes, it doesn't look like, but with the Purebe of Vitality is the same amount of HP as a level 2 Mountain King, which is nice. As you can see, that's 10 strength difference, but that's what the Purebe of Vitality makes up for. Whoops. Kind of odd. A
player's forces are under attack.
Does it? No, it doesn't. That's right. Actually, what I just said was wrong, because your base strength, the amount of strength you start with, doesn't factor into your HP the same way. So, as you might think. But anyway, we do see a Sobi Mask dropping. That Mountain King is going to go ahead and pick that up if he wants to. And we do see HawK over here creeping this out and going to be able to actually expand right here should he decide that that's what he wants. Nicely done on that Panda, almost level 3, having a Potion of Greater Mana. And let's see, a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, Boots of Speed, Ring of Regeneration, and Slippers of Agility on the Panda. Really nice. Going to go ahead and try to pick off this Footman if he can. And that Archmage, of course, still with that Circlet. So all of that nicely said and done. You're going to see a nice level 3 perhaps on this Mountain King. If he creeps this out, goes ahead and picks up a Potion of Invulnerability. Nicely done. And just go ahead and sell both of those Rings of Protection +2. However, we do see HawK up here going to go ahead and creep out the red. Just going to give him a nice item as well as a nice bit of experience. But we will see perhaps level 3, yes indeed, on this Mountain King. It's going to happen. Tome of Intelligence being dropped. If I can, yeah. Permanently increases Tome of Intelligence, and let's go ahead and get that onto the Mountain King, which is now level 3, level 4 on his Archmage. However, level 3 and level 3 about to be picked up by this Panda at this red creep. And there it is. Let's go ahead and get a Hood of Cunning, which is, of course, Agility and Intelligence. Down here, you see this expansion about to maybe take a harass. Nope, not going to happen. We're going to see this actually a fight between Subsonic and HawK going down right here. And as always, a little bit of variety is nice, but it's still difficult as hell to tell what's going on here. We have some of these units trying to go for these units, and those units going for the other units. Blah, blah, blah. That doesn't make any sense. But so we have the Archmage and the 2 Spellbreakers and the Panda trying to kill some of those priests. However, we do have that priest, or the Panda, actually running off by himself. He's a little bit rogue right now, getting a Breath of Fire, only actually hitting that, I believe, the priest and perhaps a footman with it. I think everything else that it hit was actually immune to magic. I'm going to see that the Panda actually getting bolt surrounded, and there he is. He's going to go ahead and use that Potion of Invulnerability. His Archmage now taking a bit of damage. Archmage taking a lot of damage. Going to be forced to TP, so goodbye Archmage. And the Panda just all going to be TPing out of here, so this is now in trouble right here. As you can see, it looks like Subsonic also going ahead and throwing up his own expansion at this point. However, HawK is in a bit of trouble right now. If we look down here, we can see is, of course, using regeneration scrolls, using those priests, buying a potion of healing as well on the Panda. Will he be able to actually save this expansion from losing too much damage, but from taking too much damage? Save it from taking too much damage. But it looks like it's going to take a lot of damage no matter what he does right here. As you can see, this peasant line just being absolutely mauled right now by these 2 water elementals and those footmen. But now we're going to see a bolt going off onto the Panda, and will he be able to save this fight? It's a possibility he could win this fight. He's not in a terrible spot here, but of course the Mountain King does give him more ability to take this fight than the Panda does, really. So we do see that Archmage taking some damage, being forced back, and we're going to see now perhaps a bit of damage going off onto Subsonic's Archmage. You see another one of HawK's priests going down, and this priest, of course, being chased as well by this Mountain King, as well as all these breakers and this water elemental. Over here, we're going to see that it looks like the same kind of thing is sort of playing out for in the opposite case, where we have a bunch of HawK's breakers chasing Subsonic's priests. That one going to go ahead and maybe get away, so they're going to back off and switch to a different priest. As you can see, we're going to see a bolt going off onto this Archmage from HawK. Is going to use this healing potion. Not quite yet. We're going to have that Panda now in a fairly bad position. Going to go ahead and pop that potion of greater mana. Going to go ahead and use a Panda Breath of Fire as well. And now just trying to whack a bit onto these here breakers. We're going to see this another bolt going off onto that Panda. He's going to have time to go ahead, and yes, he did. He has enough time to use that potion of healing. I'm going to get bashed immediately after. We're going to see another one of HawK losing another breaker. Subsonic is definitely in the lead right now. Will he be able to close this game? It's a really big possibility he could, with that Mountain King just getting stronger and stronger. I mean, at some point that Mountain King is going to be able to just right-click these heroes and kill them. That is the threat of going Panda second, of course. But we do see that Panda now running away, and we do have that Archmage for HawK hitting level 4. However, he is really outnumbered in terms of army count. And if we take a quick look, we can see that HawK at 56 food and Subsonic at 62. It looks actually a lot closer than what it is, but at least we can see there are a ton of breakers out here from Subsonic. Not really a ton of breakers here from HawK. I believe we have 3 spellbreakers from HawK, and one of them just died. Whereas we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 breakers for Subsonic, and we're going to see that Panda getting bolted. Oh, the Panda's definitely going to go down right there. Down goes the Panda. HawK really just in a bit of an issue here. Does have plenty of priests. He has 4 of those, but where are his breakers? He needs more breakers. He really needs more breakers. But the Panda, he also needs to get that Panda back out. HawK at level 3, about to hit level 5 over here on Subsonic's Archmage. Oh, wow. Very close to hitting level 5. That Mountain King, of course, still level 3, about to hit level 4. And you already see these 2 Spellbreakers doing a lot of damage to that peasant line. So all in all, HawK trying to hold on to this game, trying his best to just get back into it. We do see it looks like a Tavern Revive on this Panda Brewmaster. Going to come in here, doesn't have any mana, doesn't have a lot of HP either, but he can always auto attack, so there's that. But if he takes any damage, he's just going to lose a lot of his mana from these Spellbreakers. And it looks like we have HawK sending a militia over here to try to do something to that Spellbreaker, or those 2 Spellbreakers there, but it's not really going to happen. We're going to see the HawK is now right-clicking onto that Panda with all of those Spellbreakers keeping his mana low, so he's not going to be able to nuke it all here. And we do have 2 of those peasants just going to go down. They tried to fight, but they just weren't strong enough. HawK, I'm surprised HawK is still in the game. I mean, is he really still in the game? Maybe. I mean, he's still in the game, but is he actually going to have a chance to win this game? Oh, I guess he's actually been harassing this expansion as well himself. So actually, he's actually not as badly off as I thought. Just two peasants doing their job. As you can see, they've killed all of these peasants right here, and here you see a militia coming down here. But as you can see, it's almost finished off of this town hall, which is nice. So actually, he might very well be able to win this game. I'm not sure exactly. I'm not entirely sure if he could kill all of these belt breakers. I mean, this is a pretty big army right here. This is not a very pretty big army. So who knows? But there is a Legion Doomhorn being picked up now, which is a nice item. Going to give more movement speed, more regeneration. Going to help picking off those priests as you chase them down. As you can see, that panda now very, very, very fast, just running around very quickly, and with, of course, the boots of speed as well as the Doomhorn, which I believe is 10% maybe movement speed, I think is what it is. It might be 15, but I think it's 10%. And we're going to see that priest maybe going down. Yes, indeed, as it gets the second hit from that Archmage. This priest, of course, going to go down. HawK really going to have to be pulling out a miracle here to win this game, I think, because this is, I mean, he did do really nice, but he didn't finish off the expansion. He almost did. And if he had finished off that expansion, I would say he would be in of course, he would be in a much better spot. But again, even if he had, I mean, how is he going to deal with all of these spellbreakers? As you can see, there's just so many of them. And of course, now it looks like HawK's Archmage is almost level 6, while we have HawK's Archmage not even level 5, so it's a little bit disconcerting, but he's still willing to try it, and you know what, God bless him if he can, or if he can't, whatever happens. But you should never really just give up. But would you see that panda taking a lot of damage now with that bolt, now running away, and Inquisitive HawK finally saying, well, alright, it's a good game. So he calls it a good game. So that's 1-1 now. If you didn't see the first game, you can click right here, and if you'd like to see game 3, you can click right here. I say that, of course, it takes me a little bit of time to get the annotations in on all my videos, and generally I wait until I'm done uploading all of the games from the day. It makes it a lot easier to do the annotations, but those will be there at some point. Depends on when you watch this video. So they'll be there, and if they're not there now, they'll be there in a couple hours. And if you want, you can always check out my channel or my playlist, my Warcraft 3 playlist, if those games are up. Then if they're not on the annotations, then they will also be in those playlists around my channel, so it'd be very easy to find them one way or another. So that's game 2, and I'll see you guys in game 3.